you're welcome to Pundits on Flip TV. I'm Christian Chuku. We'll be looking at topical issues, important issues that determine what the political terrain will be like in Nigeria, and especially we are going to be looking at today's Friday, the burial ceremony of the Owo victims. I believe 48 in number. Yes, we also look at there's a breaking news that the Supreme Court has approved hijab wearing in Lagos schools. Yeah, and we're looking at the Ekiti state election. The police has come out to say that tell us how they are going to tackle vote buying. I believe vote buying is illegal under the provisions of the legality of the Constitution of the 1999 Constitution. And we'll be looking at how electoral laws will guide the going of the election, how the electoral process, electoral amended laws will dictate what the elections and what candidates will do come 2023. I have with me Honorable Comrade Idowu Israel. Okay, where do we start from? Let's start with the news we had just now. The Supreme Court has affirmed the rights of Muslim female students in Lagos State to wear hijab to school without harassment or discrimination. In a majority decision, Nigeria's Apex Court gave the ruling on Friday, that is today, in Abuja. Among those on the panel were Justice Olukayode Ariwola, Justice Kudirat Kekere Ekun, Justice John Iyang Okoro, Justice Wani Aji, Justice Mohammed Garba, Justice Tijani Abubakar, and Justice Emmanuel Agim. While the 6 ruled in favor of the use of hijab, 1 dissented. The Lagos State government had in February 2017 approached the Supreme Court to challenge a July 21, 2016 judgment of the Court of Appeal, which reinstated the use of hijab by Muslim pupils in Lagos public primary and secondary school. I have Comrade, what do you think about the wearing of hijab?
Yeah, considering the state of Lagos State is central to this country. Do not forget that Lagos State has been the capital of the Federal Republic of Nigeria for a while, before until 1991 that Ibrahim Babangida packed them out. So considering the sensitivity of Lagos as a southwestern state, as a state that is the cynosure of all eyes in Nigeria and that has the largest conglomeration of all ethnic nationalities in the country.
There's no state in Nigeria that is not represented.
That is not represented in Lagos, and that did not even have a space, you understand, or a representation, or an area, or a small constituent. No matter how, you understand, small it is, that you say, okay, these are for the Nupe people, these are for the Igbo people. In fact, the Igbo people have plenty places in Lagos. Talk of Alaba, talk of Ladipo, you understand, so talk of other tribes. So I think it's the right step in the right direction that the Supreme Court will allow that there should be no discrimination to wearing of hijabs in Lagos, because like I said, Lagos, apart from being a southwestern state, the whole of southwest of Nigeria is the only modernized region in Nigeria. I stand to be corrected. It's the only part in Nigeria, the southwest part of Nigeria is the only part in Nigeria where there is religious ambience between the two main religions, because we always forget that it's not only two religions that we have. It's not only Islam and Christianity that we have traditionalists, we have
people asking questions. If you are going to be looking at this as something very important, why don't you consider the traditionalists that they should be wearing
the traditionalists have not approached the court. If they approach the court, I think this judgment is a culmination of an appeal filed back in 2016 by the state, and I think the state was trying to mediate so that the state would not be seen, you understand, as being on the side of one religion or the other. But like I said, it is the southwest that is cosmopolitan to both religion. In southwest, you have fathers that marry 2 wives, a Christian and a Muslim, and in southwest, when they celebrate Ileya, we celebrate it together. When they celebrate Christmas, we celebrate it together. So there is no discrimination of religion in the southwest. So there wouldn't be any need for us to have a nomenclature that will disintegrate us, or that will form a kind of discrimination that will make people look out of the ordinary.
Do we have a religious crisis in Lagos?
We don't have in the southwest. Religious crisis is not in the south. Whatever we have in the southwest, anything that comes to the southwest is imported from the Fulanis, the elders, and those people that are trying to infiltrate into our security system here. But as regards the people residing in Lagos and in virtually all southwest states, we don't have religious crisis, even up to Kwara, because like
Kwara had experienced some kind of
Kwara has experienced some kind of orchestrated, I would say orchestrated religious crisis, because if you go to Kwara, you see that the serenity in Kwara, the religious, you understand, the religious synergy in Kwara is incomparable.
Okay.
Likewise, all the southwest states. So it's a right step in the right direction, that there will be no discrimination, that student Muslim will not be discriminated from Christian Muslims. The only thing that will distinguish them is the wearing of hijab. And like I do tell people, yesterday I was with somebody, you need to encourage and enlighten people on what they don't know, and we were discussing about this hijab wearing of a thing. He was amazed that a lady was wearing hijab, and he was like, this lady is Christian. But like I told him, I reside in Abuja. Abuja does not know whether you are a Christian or a Muslim. You understand? As long as you are a lady,
it depends on the area.
It depends on the area.
It depends on the area. There's some area that you go to.
There's no area in Abuja that you cannot wear hijab as a Christian. So Christians wear hijab in Abuja. Yes, I'm telling you, and in parts of the north. So it's not a distinguishing factor. It's not a factor that will ostracize or make you stand out as people as to be seen. You understand? There is a difference between hijab and puda. Puda is the one that covers the whole part of the body till the legs. You understand? Puda is for those extreme Muslims that marries and don't want people to see the face of their wife. That's why when you go to north, you understand, when you get to a house where you have this puda wearing wives, you understand, they will always write bashiga. Bashiga means no entries. That means a male cannot just enter into a compound in north because the wives are wearing puda. So there is a huge difference between puda and hijab, and hijab has been seen as part of the dress code of women irrespective of religion. So accepting and making it a legal thing in Lagos, I think is a right step in the right
let's move over to the Ekiti state elections. We have the candidates. We have Oluwole Oluyede of African Democratic Congress. We have Kemi Elebute of the Action Democratic Party. We have ADP. That is, we have Biodun Oyebanji of the All Progressives Congress. We have Olabisi Kolawole of the People's Democratic Party, and former Governor Shegoni of the Social Democratic Party, and Ranti Ajayi from the Young Progressive Party. We don't have a Labour Party here at this point in time. Let's look at the candidates. How do you have any insights as to how they will perform? I
schooled in Ekiti. That's Osua. Then we entered Osua before it even became UNAD. Now it's Exu. So it has been transmogrified in 3 different. So I don't see myself as an Exu alumni. I see myself as an Osua or UNAD. So I know virtually every of the contestants very well. And
very well.
Yes, very well, because I've had at least one time or the other have reasons to have a dealing with one or two of them, and out of them I think we have alumni of that institution too there. So all in all, by and large, the Kemi, the lady, the Elebute, the ADC candidate and others, you have like 5 or 7 people contesting, but I think the 3 principal candidates for tomorrow's election are the immediate past chief of staff to the governor, Abiodun Oyebanji, that's a Bao, Abiodun Oladekini Oyebanji, that's Bao, the immediate chief of staff, who have been, you understand, at the corridor of power since 1999. I think he has served virtually all the governors that have been in Ekiti State in one position or the other, as a chief of staff, as a ADC, as a whichever, as PA, as SA, and he is in line, in tune with governance there, and he can as well carry on from where his principal is stopping. And equally, you have Bisi Kolawole, who has traversed all the strata of leadership in the state. I mean, he has been a councillor, he has been a local government chairman, he has been a commissioner, he has been SUBEB, he has been a party chairman. So he has risen in all the cadres and all the categories of leadership in the state, and is competent, is capable, and is experienced to do it. And last but not the least, we have Segun Oni, the gentleman that is pulling waves. I call him the gentleman because even if you see him, his mien, is the way he looks and the way he behaves, is totally a gentleman. And probably that was what affected him.
A former governor.
Yes, a former governor. Probably that was what affected him from winning the second time, because he cannot do the and the Ekiti code ways of doing things to.
I thought Ekiti is a fountain of knowledge. They are cool-headed people. They are people that they're not like Franchi. They're not.
But they do too now. They still have.
Firemi doesn't do tatata.
Firemi does not do too. But like you said, they have a fire shade. You understand? Who has come to ravage the polity by introducing a pocket of violence into it, and from all indications, tomorrow it will be a straight battle between Segun Oni, Biodun Oyebanji, and Bisi Kolawole. That is SDP, PDP, and APC. And like I told you the day before yesterday, Ekiti state election and Osun state election will be the miniature of what we are to see in 2023. Whatever happens tomorrow in Ekiti and happens next month in Osun will show us the readiness of INEC, the readiness of the federal government, and the readiness of the Nigerian populace in voting for candidates of their choice. Because if you look at the way things are there in Ekiti currently, if you want to judge by incumbency, by power of incumbency, I think Biodun Oyebanji Bao is popular because the machineries of government, the logistics of government is being used to channel his campaign, and is more vociferous than others, and he has more shouts and more eluvas than others. Then if you look at the PDP has always been strong in Ekiti State, and irrespective of whatever crisis they always have, like the larger PDP in the central, PDP everywhere always have a situation of rallying around their own, understand, of always forming an alliance irrespective of their crisis. So I'm not expecting a different scenario in Ekiti State yesterday, and I'm expecting Bisi Kolawole to pull a strong crowd, because
I'm expecting Segun Oni.
You said that I should analyze. I've talked about Biodun Oyebanji. I'm talking about Bisi Kolawole. I'm going to Segun Oni.
Okay.
You understand? So I'm expecting people to they want to vote out APC, and any problem against APC is always PDP. But it will be different in Ekiti tomorrow, because more concentration will be on SDP than PDP tomorrow, because Segun Oni seems to have put more weight than all others, because even dissenting voices in APC and in PDP, they are decamping in droves to SDP. In droves, yes, I can tell you that, in droves, because the disenchanted voices in APC is bent on the fact that the governor, the outgoing governor, is trying to impose his boy, that's Biodun Oyebanji, on them against the wishes and the gentleman agreement they've had with other candidates who have to, you understand, step down for Kayode Fayemi to do his second term. That is somebody like Bimbo Daramola, you understand, who defected 2 weeks ago, and who has made the Segun Oni camp very, very strong in terms of pocket of you get violence, we get violence too. Nobody has a monopoly of violence, you understand? Where many you understand, many one. So what we are going to see tomorrow is an election that will be keenly contested by 3 political parties, not 2.
Which one can you say is the third force there?
The third force there is the SDP, and the SDP there is likely, you understand, to coast home to victory, because if you judge by dissenting voices from people that are not happy with a BC Kolawole emerging as the candidate of PDP, the people that are not happy with the authoritative style of Oshokomole, that's Ayofayose. You understand?
You have not told me the meaning of that Oshoko.
Well, I've not told you. Oshokomole is a gargantuan, he's a warrior. Let's just say
he's a masquerade.
He's not a masquerade, he's a warrior.
Oshoko.
He's a warrior that people that whenever they want to go to war, you understand, every other person instead of them staying apart, you understand, everybody will want to stay behind him, knowing quite well that Oshoko has the capacity to use his chest to take guns for you, to take matches for you understand. So he has been seen to be brutish, but that is just a digression. What I'm saying in essence is that tomorrow, from this evening, I am happy that from the reports I'm getting, you just use the word that made me happy, that Ekiti State is a fountain of knowledge. So irrespective of political skirmishes and political brigandage and whims and caprices amongst them, they still have this
with the grammar.
They still have this
the grammar is much.
The people that are listening
brigandage.
Yes, now the people that are listening can as well, whenever they want to listen to Pundits, should sit down with their dictionary. We are learning in everything.
Dictionary
you understand? Dictionary. So what I'm saying is that there will be pockets of violence, you understand, in some places in the state, but generally we are expecting a peaceful election, and if wishes of the people is allowed to prevail, I see a Shegun defeating the APC and the PDP candidate.
Yeah, for me, this is a test run for the INEC.
It's a test run for the INEC. That is if they allow a level playing field, not minding that I've said there will be pocket of violence in some places that are seen as strongholds of PDP, stronghold of APC. You understand? What you don't now have is the stronghold of SDP, because SDP is everywhere, because everybody that is SDP are people that are aggrieved in APC and PDP. So in every compound, in every family, you have an SDP member there. So if according to plan, if everything goes ahead as it is, if there is an ambience, if there is a level playing field, if there is a conducive atmosphere, irrespective of whatever happens,
okay,
I'm seeing a reality of the beauty of democracy in the elections. Beauty of democracy in play in the election tomorrow. Okay. The only thing that will be different is if the state machineries prevail and works in favor of the candidate of the ruling party. That is a bow which people are saying
by
they should bow for.
State machinery, what do you mean?
State machinery, the outgoing government, the ruling party is the APC and they have a candidate.
What are the machinery? The state
machinery is that they have the incumbency is there. They control the structures. You've always asked, what are the structures? Structures are people now. Structures are plenipotentiaries that are elected representatives, and in the state currently APC is leading the fray. So if that comes to play, you understand, I see a Banji of the APC winning. But if there is a level playing field, I think
so. No show for PDP.
PDP, I see them coming distant third in that election. It's either APC first, APC first, SDP second, PDP third, or SDP first, APC second, PDP third.
Okay,
that
yes,
is just my own opinion. Anyway, you cannot take it to the
police. The police have come out to say that this is how we are going to tackle vote buying. Let me read this story on how the police is going to tackle vote buying in the current elections. Okay, the police on Friday revealed how they intend to tackle the menace of vote buying and vote selling during the governorship election in Ekiti State. In a bid to achieve this, the Deputy Inspector General of Police, Mr. Johnson Kokumo, explained that the police would rely majorly on information gathering. The buyer and the seller are always in mutual agreement towards what they intend to do. He said during an interview on Channels Television at the Ekiti State capital, we will rely heavily on information. We will rely on intel. A seller of votes will not invite the police or make it known in public that he wants to sell his vote. The buyer will equally not make it known to the police that he wants to buy votes. So it is always
as you can
coming to this.
As you can see, there is a compromise in the police statement. Compromise in the sense that the police even agree that the buyer and the seller are always in mutual agreement.
And
considering the situation of Ekiti, the peculiar situation of Ekiti, as I told you, it is just like the behavior of Muslims and Christians in the southwest, who are always together. So police, if they are relying on what they told us, is that they are just joking. They are joking. They are jokers.
Because who we want to divulge?
Nobody will go to police. Police said they are relying on information gathering. Who will go to police station and say my brother has just collected money from Sheguni or has collected from Biodun Oyebanji? And from the peculiarity of what is about to happen or what will happen in Ekiti tomorrow, you will be shocked that so many people will collect money or inducement or in whatever form. Those things will be done today. They will not be done at the polling booth. So police will not be able to catch anybody red-handed sharing money.
So how will you catch somebody? If I give you money now, how would
the police know? How would they establish that the money you even give me is for vote buying? And like I said, you'll be surprised that so many people today, from this evening, will collect APC money and vote for SDP. Will collect PDP money and vote for SDP. And otherwise, from people,
would you encourage somebody collecting money and vote for his conscience?
Yes, now vote
you
for
collect
your
money.
Yes, now
and vote for your conscience.
It's your
How
money
is it your money?
It's your money. It's your money because what they are spending for you is what they will recoup back when they get into office. Where are they supposed to get the money they are using to bribe you or to induce you? And like I said, amongst the three candidates there, the only person that will not spend much money but that will have the sympathy of the people is the SDP candidate, because he has been known to be a good guy. You understand? So among the three of them,
okay, it's like Peter Obi.
I am not. Yes, it's like Peter Obi. Unfortunately,
they give shishi.
They know they give shishi. That's a Stingy Men Association of Nigeria. But I don't want to see Segun. I don't want to see Segun as a stingy person. He's not a stingy person. It's just that he's, all these engineers, they are always up to date,
and accountable. You understand? And they have a little bit of integrity. If integrity will decide who becomes the governor of Ekiti State, I am willing and open to so far so good.
Segun. But if power, as it always is, you understand, still permits to tomorrow, if machineries of incumbency still favors tomorrow, if INEC still connive with the ruling party to coerce and confuse people, then you are likely going to see. But the only thing I don't
has APC not performed? Has FIREME not performed in Ekiti State? Average.
I don't.
That's a political.
It's not a political word. It's not exceptional because it's just like you went to an ATM machine and you collected money from ATM. You understand? After counting the money, you are now kneeling down you are thanking the ATM machine for rendering your service which you have paid for. So averagely, if I want to talk about performance, he has not done anything exceptional. He is not in the likes of Wike. He is not in the likes of Zulum. You understand? So he's an average governor that has used the money of the state to prioritize what he feels are what he can do, because governance is all about doing your best and leaving the rest for others. So he has not, if it is performance, his performance is not enough to give Biodun Oyebanji a roller coaster or a landslide victory if it is performance. So Biodun Oyebanji will now have to rely on the small integrity and small little credibility he has, street credibility.
Remember Tinubu and Co and the Southwest governors went to campaign.
They don't have votes now. They are not going to vote now.
They can influence.
The only influence is they can bribe. They
Tinubu
will give
said
money.
No money, no votes, no money.
And now that is what he has just said. That means Tinubu going there is just that they will monetize the election tomorrow, and for him to even say no money, no vote means they already have the large constituent. They have a concentration of where they are going to share their money to and who they are going to give their money to. My own fear and my own shocker for them is for Ekiti people, because I know Ekiti people, they have conscience, they are sincere people, you understand. And even apart from Ekiti people, Nigerians generally have realized the necessity to collect. If they bring, collect is your money, but still do your conscience. If they are relying on money, if money works for them, I see them winning. But if Ekiti people want to be conscientious tomorrow, they will collect the Bao money, the Tinubu money, the Emilokan money, they will collect it and still do their conscience, and their conscience is likely going to favor Segun. I am not voting tomorrow. I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm just giving my own empirical, subjective analysis of what I think will pan out tomorrow in Ekiti.
Let's look at the today, Friday, is the date for the burial procession of the Owo indigenes that Owo attack the Catholic Church, that over 48 persons were killed. You can see there is a procession going on at Owo. Let's look at what should be the lessons learned from this event.
By the grace of God, the governors will be there today. They will shed their crocodile tears.
No. If you say crocodile tears,
tears, yes, I mean every bit of it.
Were they not impacted?
They were impacted, but the crocodile tears I meant is just that it is meant for that occasion. It is sanctimonious in nature, that when they are burying people, you should grieve, or you should pretend to be grieving. You should show a mournful outlook. But that is not where we are going. Where we are going is that 48 people will be given mass burial today for an offense they did not commit, for nothing. Some persons believe that they have the prerogative of causing mayhem and violence in every part of the country, which is a candid failure on the part of the government. So burying these people, the lessons learned is what the Southwest governors are already into, which I want them to compliment on as a legacy for the people that will be buried today. That is strengthening up, booting security network in the region, because the region now has become, you understand, a point of attack by these so-called Fulani elders, who, if, like, you know, they always say it, and I have no apology. They said out of the 3 tribes in Nigeria, that Yorubas are the meekest, that we are the weakest, that we are the one that have the shakaras. We can say, hey, I will kill you, I will beat you, I will this, but let there be war, we will run away. You understand? And
do you believe that?
Yeah, I believe that. Now I'm a Yoruba.
Will you run away?
I'm an activist. I've always been at the forefront of struggle. I've been incarcerated, I've been beaten, I've been molested, I've been, you understand, I've been humiliated, but I have refused to bend. Okay. So I am not talking of my type of a Yoruba man. I'm talking of an average Yoruba man, you understand, who always like the comfort of their bedroom, who always make noises without backing it up with action. And where am I going? Where I'm going is that you dare not do rubbish to an Hausa man, because they will gather you now, before you know, unitedly they will round you up. And equally, Igbos have this kind of unity too. Wherever they are, they always stand out and always supportive of themselves. What has been affecting us, the Yorubas, and being sincere, is that our meekness, that our affableness, that our inability to confront crisis, and it has given these people, you understand, the temerity, the veracity to always infiltrate on us and do whatever they want. So the lesson learned from here should be the stepping up of security to protect the lives and property of an average Southwesterner who has been seen as soft spot and soft target by these marauders, herdsmen, terrorists, kidnappers, bandits, or whatever name or nomenclature.
The way it is now, most of those, the victims, they are Igbos.
You are even saying it now, and I am surprised that you are saying it, because the day we first discussed this, me and you here, we were like, I'm trying to Yorubanize this thing because it is a Yoruba state that was attacked, and that is it that, how am I sure that it is? Now you are coming from what me and you have seen here. Majority of the people here are even of Igbo's extraction. Not that the people that went to the church kill them purposely because they know they are Igbos, you understand, or they are Hausas, or they are Yorubas, but the attempt itself, the intent and purpose is to destabilize the country, is to cause mayhem, is to make a statement that a portion, a part of the country is seen itself as overriding others, and they can always unleash terror and mayhem on us. So I commiserate with you now, even if you don't commiserate before with them, because you think the people that are dead are all Yorubas. Now that you have known that Igbos are there, I'm extending I'm extending the arm of commiseration. I'm commiserating you too, because your brothers happen to be part of the people.
Ijebu
Igbo. Okay, Ijebu Igbo. But
Igbos, I can still claim to be a Yoruba person.
Igbo still there. So condolence to you too. But the lesson learned is that our government has failed us, and we need extra measures. You understand? We need extra measures, extraordinary measures, and extreme measures.
Extreme.
You understand?
I don't go with
measures. You understand?
Extreme measures,
in curbing the menace of this, because they are always infiltrating. That's why I said extreme. Extreme in the sense that these people always infiltrate into us. So if you have extreme measures, then there will be boundaries. You understand? When you have boundaries that are guarded, that are logistically operated, that are functional, you understand, it will be difficult for them to infiltrate into us. So we pray that God will repose the souls of the departed, and God will give their families the fortitude to bear the loss.
Okay, let's move over. So we know that PDP has made the choice of their vice presidential candidate, and that is Okowa. And we're waiting for the APC to do theirs. At least 6 p.m. today is the deadline given by INEC for the submission of the names. Let's look at PDP and Okowa.
Thank you very much. In looking at the PDP and Okowa, you know, we live in a world where events always override issues, and and there is this popular maxim that if you are not informed, you are definitely deformed. So most of those honorable senators and politicians that push the electoral law, the electoral reform law, to the president, sign. That time, most of them, virtually all of them, and inclusive all of us as Nigerians, were unaware of some sections in that law that tends to affect, you understand, whatever political permutation we are doing today. And that was what led to the emergence of Okowa. I think it was until the people at the PDP too, like me, like you, like other Nigerians, it was until they read the real things that they know where the effects were. And part of those things were that anybody, any individual that contests in a primary of an election, you understand, for an elective year, cannot contest or be chosen or be selected for or appointed for any other post within that elective year. You understand? And that from today now that the thing will close by 6, one of the good things of the signing of the electoral reform that Baba Buhari has done for us is that by next week you will not hear that somebody that is disenfranchised or that is not happy that is lost a primary will go to court or will go to another party to go and declare himself and become a candidate elsewhere. Nobody that has contested any organized primary under INEC have any right to decamp. So if you are decamping now, you understand, if Wike is disenchanted, if he decamps, he's decamping as an ordinary member. He cannot become anything in APC, at least until the next 4 years. So like I said, what actually affected Nyesom Wike and Udom Emmanuel was the fact that they've contested at the primary of the PDP election. That actually
scheme them
out of the, and they are even not aware of it. That is Nigeria for you. You know, they always say, the white man will always say, anything that you don't want a black man to know, put it in a book. He will not read it. He can buy the book for a huge amount. He will take it home and drop it at home. He will not even open it, talk less of knowing what it is. So it was at the 11th hour that they realized that Wike and Udom Emmanuel were constitutionally, through the electoral reform, not qualified to be vice president candidate to Atiku, which was what led to the third person being considered. That is Governor Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State. But like I told you, that there is even a section in the INEC law that gives room for a substitute of candidate. So probably it was the realization that Okowa, that Wike and Udom that are being considered are not qualified and they have to meet up with the deadline. Maybe that was what led to the picking of Okowa, because from informations available to me, people are not that so confident about the candidacy of an Okowa, seeing that it does not add value to an Atiku presidency, because Atiku already is an enigma. Atiku already is a value. So you bring in a vice president, it should be a vice president that should be able to add value, that has at least equal or commensurate influence, you understand, that can, work in favor of the candidature.
Yeah, so let's look at the various political parties. We have NPP, we have LP, we have APC, and we have PDP. The rising popularity and the rising sensation of Peter Obi, persons need to be careful of how.
Yeah, before we go to the rising popularity of Obi, you said that we should analyze APC and PDP. I've just done the PDP. The APC by 6 p.m. today, I expected to present the vice presidential candidate to Bola Ahmed.
I'm looking at Masari.
But what we know, the only surprise that we will have by 6 p.m. today is if APC will surprise us by giving us a Christian as the vice president. But from all indication, 99% of information coming from that camp shows that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will tune towards a Muslim ticket, which is dangerous to our polity. I've always said it. Nigeria is a multi-ethnic, heterogeneous, multi-religious country, and you cannot override the sensitivity of religion in the permutation of our electoral system. So for an APC to realize that they are hell-bent on winning the election in 2023, and if they will win, it must be a Muslim ticket, because according to Oji Uzokalu, he said if APC did not fit a Muslim ticket, they are sure of losing in 2023. And even now deodorize it, make it more bemusing and comical by telling us that Tinubu is a Muslim, but his wife is already a pastor, so they need a Muslim as his vice president, which to me is not convincing, which to me makes even the statement look stupid, petty to Nigerians, you understand. So by this evening, we are waiting to see who Tinubu will pick, but I think it's between Shetima and Masari, the governor of Katsina State. But like I said too, whatever is submitted today is still subject to being substituted if need arises, you understand, for it. So we are not going to bank with whoever he chooses. Then as for Peter Obi, like I told you, he honestly, if I will not deceive you, you understand, I'm a social media person, and not just a social media person.
Thank God that I'm not the only social media person. We are two here.
You are two. I know.
I'm not the only one. We are two here.
Only that you are.
We are two here.
Belong to Distinguished Men Association of Nigeria. We know they give Shishi Association of Nigeria.
I dey see you for meeting now.
So what I'm trying to say there is that there is a daily growing popularity for a Peter Obi as a candidate of the Labour Party. We cannot underestimate that. But the fact that I always say is that the people that are supporting him on social media should go and get their PVCs, because there is no polling booth on social media. And two, I am expecting him to come back today from Egypt, because the program should end today. You understand? So it's not officially back. Probably he came back without our knowledge yesterday, since you have said he didn't have to tell us everything that he's doing now. Though me, I see him as a public image and public figure that we should know his movement now. But my concern, do you know the movement of Tinubu? My concern now, do you know where Tinubu is going? My concern now is, no, Tinubu would know that the last time Tinubu is in Nigeria the last time we saw him. So what makes this an issue is that Peter Obi is outside the country. That's what makes it an issue. And by this evening, we are expecting him to name his vice president candidate. And from feelers and information available to us, is going to be a northerner and a Muslim for that matter. But my concern that we grow the rising profile more by tomorrow is if he is going to pick a Muslim or a northerner, you understand, that is weighty, that has might and power, that has political relevance, that has political influence, that can bring people, that already has followers, that already has supporters And mind you, like I remind you yesterday, Peter Obi cannot pick a person outside the party. So whoever Peter Obi is going to pick must be a Labour Party member. So I don't know if in the last 1 week or in the last 2 weeks he has looked into that by ensuring that whoever is having in mind has had a gentleman agreement with him to move into the party. You understand? But like I said, it is a broom, you understand, that sweeps. It is not just a single, you understand, a single stick that sweeps. So meaning a Peter Obi equally needs the support, the belief, you understand, and the solidarity from a northern candidate as a VP that will boost his image there and translate into votes there. Because picking a wrong person, picking a nincompoop, picking a midget, picking an infinitesimal personality that has no political relevance will take him nowhere than just to fill in the blanks. You know, when they say fill in the blanks, that does not mean, when they say fill in the blanks, it does not mean that what you write there is the right answer, but you just fill in the blanks so as to put something and it may be wrong.
There's a great concern on how the polling unit on social media can be transliterated, can be made a reality.
In fact, people are already agitating that if the polling unit on social media, it will make things easier. If we can create a polling unit on social media, I believe the candidate of the people will always win. If people can vote from the comfort of their room, if people cannot be induced or influenced, if people cannot be molested, you understand, frustrated by police brutality or the machinery of government in trying to create voters apathy,
because
that will not make them
free and fair.
That one will be,
because you will see it by yourself,
freest and fairest. And in fact, that one will be better because we will just, at least everybody has one Facebook account. You understand? We have one, you know, like, okay, I have multiple accounts because I've already exceeded the first 5,000. So I have Idowu Israel and Idowu Israel Aristotle. So in my own case, they can just allow only the Idowu Israel to vote or the Idowu Israel Aristotle. If they want us to be sincere in this country, there are very many easy ways of us being sincere, but they will not do it. Why? They cannot manipulate it. Why? They cannot influence it. Why? They cannot keep people short, and they cannot go against the conscience of the people on social media. And that was why the president at one point in time banned Twitter. And that was why the president and the federal government are saying they are going to regulate Instagram, Facebook, and what have you. So if it is social media and there is election today, Peter Obi is the president of Nigeria. But unfortunately,
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
Yes,
I'm very
you have to be. It's a shock.
It's
a shock. But the fact remains: wake up from your slumber. There is no polling unit on social media, and there is no.
We carry the polling unit. There is
no election today. Election
from social media. We will carry the polling unit from social media to real life.
Let Peter Obi,
that day you see people come out.
Let Peter Obi compliment on the euphoria he already has. Let Peter Obi step up on whatever he has done. Like I told you, I'm not against Peter Obi becoming the president of Nigeria. Like I told you, I'm a Yoruba man that is supposed, expected to be sentimentally expected to be sentimentally
I don't think that would expected is right.
That's, I said expected to be sentimental in voting for my kinsman, but I may not vote for my kinsman because my kinsman is about picking a Muslim as his candidate, which to me is an infringement on my conscience as a human being. And on the third arm, as a PDP apologist, I am not happy that the PDP is presenting a northerner as the flag bearer of our party. So for now, I'm in a fix. Peter Obi can step up the arrangement. Probably I can switch and vote for Peter Obi. I'm talking for myself anyway, but I'm a Yoruba man. Let me not be chastised and castigated for not voting for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu because I'm not an APC member. I'm not a card-carrying member of APC.
Yeah, so as we do draw close to the end of the program today, we're expecting the APC to reveal their candidate before 6 o'clock, and it seems like the APC wait for the people to do theirs before they do.
No, the two of them have always been playing on our intelligence. Now that was what they did during the primary. You know, they have to delay, postpone.
They wait for PDP to do their own, then they not do their own.
Wait for PDP to present an article. So peradventure, it was not an article that emerged as the flag bearer of PDP. Probably somebody else will have emerged as the candidate of APC, not Tinubu. And now that they've seen that article has picked a South person and a Christian, I think they will change their permutation. Probably they will change their permutation, or they will still be rigid on whatever they say they want to do. Whichever way they want to do it, 6 p.m. is hours away. They are waiting.
Okay, yes, thank you very much, Honorable Comrade Israel.
Thank you. I want to correct something. I'm not yet an honorable. The only thing I'm even willing to be is a delegate. You understand? But that is gone. That will be in the next 4 years, and I will have to go and register with a political party. So when you want to address me, please remember, address me as comrade.
Let me advise you, if you won't be
don't
delegate,
put honorable. I don't want those your boys at the bystanding
don't have voice.
You are controlling them. I don't want to get there tomorrow or Monday and they start harassing me as honorable. You know, anybody
you dress like honorable, your cap and your
which cap? This Panama shows I'm a comrade. Everybody that wears this, they know it's a comrade. Honorables wear long hats like Tinubu, and that is designed. You understand? And they wear agbada. I don't even have natives. I don't wear natives. So please don't address me as honorable yet. Okay. Maybe if I become one. I'm comrade.
Somebody said Okowa looks like is Okowa Igbo or is
that is what they are saying. They said Okowa is an Igbo Deltan. Now people are trying to trace history, and truly from what I heard, I know, not even from what I heard, you understand, because I have friends across the breadth and length of this country and I've related with all of them. What I know truly is that they are Delta Igbos. They are Igbos in Delta. You know that too.
Is he half caste Igbo?
You know that too. You know. Except now because of your support for Obi, you are trying to deny.
Have I told you that I'm supporting
You did not tell me, but your body language has shown
my body language. Just look at my body language.
I can read your body language now. I'm a psychologist now. You know, comrades are always psychologists. So what they are trying to tell us now is they are justifying.
Your psychology is not working.
Some people are justifying now that, in fact, as at yesterday, on some people's wall, some of my Igbo friends yesterday, they've switched to Atiku Okowa and they are now putting it on their DPN. So what do you call it? And some persons are now mocking one another. That okay, now that you have an Okowa, you've forgotten about an Obi. You understand? So some persons, because of Okowa, are now shifting attention, away from Obi. So if you want to say it, I know there are Delta Igbos. That is
half
a
caste
fact.
Igbo.
Whether it's half caste, so half caste Nigerian is not a Nigerian. If you say somebody is a half caste Nigerian, is he not eligible to vote and
mixed
be voted
breed,
for?
Mixed breed.
Is he not eligible? And okay, when you say an Alsatian dog and a local dog, are they not dogs? Because one is a Rottweiler, one is an Alsatian, and one is
local.
There's a difference.
Do
you give them another name?
There's a difference.
So call him an half.
They not told him to go and wear red cap. No, Igbos wear red cap.
He has been wearing red caps
and white.
No, he has been wearing. He's synonymous with white cloth and red cap. Not now. So don't fall my hand. Yeah, you know now you are trying to disenfranchise yourself from. You are trying to alienate, not disenfranchise, alienate yourself from an Okowa just because of that your strong. Because of that your strong
Okowa
conviction.
is a half caste Igbo.
But it's Igbo.
I have put the half caste.
It's Igbo.
Half caste.
Remove the half caste. It's Igbo from Delta State, and he is the vice presidential candidate.
Is he from the southeast?
I don't.
You said that the south is more right for the presidency.
He is from the
for vice president.
He's from the south, but he's a south.
Is he from the southeast?
He's from the south. So
no south. I know south. You know south. I know south. Okowa is from south. Is Okowa from the southeast?
So which question are you asking?
Yes
me
or
again
no?
Now? Which one is yes or no? Now when you know the answer, you know it's from the south. is from the southeast, but is Igbo.
Are all southerners Igbos?
See, I like
all southeasterners are Igbos.
I like clarifications. Pure breed. Excuse me, I like clarifications. Gbagi is a tribe in Nigeria, but when you say Gbagi is central to the FCT, to Abuja. Yeah. You understand? So when you call, though some people call them Bari, it is we that stay there that know that they don't like being called Bari, they like being called Gbagi. But where am I going? Where I'm going is that Gbagi is dominant in Abuja, but you have Gbagis in Nasarawa State, you have Gbagis in Plateau State, you have Gbagis in Benue. You understand? Likewise, you have Nupes, you understand, in Benue, and you equally have Nupes in Kwara. You understand? So a Nupe in Benue, what will you call him? You call him, are you going to call him a northerner, while you will call the Nupe in Yoruba land a northerner? So what I am saying here, what is clarified here, is Atiku has picked an Igbo man from Delta to be his vice president candidate.
We all knew that. We all know.
Obi people can go to court.
Comrade, if you want to be sensitive, if you want to be fair and just, you know that the southeast.
Is he not an Igbo man?
Did he choose a southeasterner?
Is he not an Igbo man?
My question is.
My question
did
too.
He choose
answer my question too. Yes, you are the presenter. You understand? You have a right to ask me question, but equally I have a right to ask you a question too. Is Okowa an Igbo man?
No, you don't have the right to ask me a question, but I will answer your question.
Is Okowa an Igbo man from Delta or not?
Okowa is a south.
Okowa, is is South a tribe? South is not a tribe.
So the tribe.
South is a region. South is a region.
Okowa's tribe is Igbo.
His tribe is Igbo. South is a region. That's why I'm telling you now that a Nupe person from Kwara and a Nupe person from Benue is still Nupe. He's still Takpa. You understand? In Yoruba land we call them Takpa, but in Kwara they call them Nupe. In Benue they call them Nupe. But that has not taken away the fact that he's Takpa and he's Nupe. So Okowa is an Igbo man from the
that's the wrong calculation, because if it's an Igbo man from the southeast, that's the right calculation, but an Igbo man from the south is the wrong calculation.
You are talking mathematics, and politics they are talking permutation. So you continue your calculation, let them be doing their permutation.
Ohaneze has said they will not
Ohaneze tell people not to vote for PDP,
Ohaneze is the body that
your Ohaneze, who has your Ohaneze
embodies the Igbo.
If your Ohaneze embodies the Igbo, why are IPOBs not listening to Ohanezes? Why are IPOB, the youth arm, militant arm?
Soludo did an election in this country, and Ohaneze spoke to IPOB and they listened. They allowed the election.
In fact, already you people are saying there may be no elections in the south.
Who are the you people?
You are Igbo now. Are you not Igbo?
I say you are from Ijebu Igbo.
Okay, you are Ijebu Igbo, but you are not born in Ijebu. You are born in Igbo.
Ijebu Igbo. You are the one telling me that you can be in Delta and be Igbo.
Not that I'm the one telling you. I'm not the one telling you.
No, I'm not.
There are Igbos in Delta, and you know that for a fact. Let's be factual. Let's not.
There are Yoruba people in Benue.
The Yoruba
people in Kogi.
They migrated there. Not that they are.
Is their ancestral home?
No, it's not their ancestral home. What I am saying is that there are Igbos in Delta. Not that they migrated to Delta. They are Igbos, but regional. Where is Delta not the breakaway of the old Bende state? The old Bende state is now Edo Delta. Abi, and okay, do you want to tell me that there are no Igbos in Edo state? There are Igbos in Edo state now. So peradventure he pick someone from Edo state, what will you call the person? You will say he picked a south person. It's a south person.
There's a regional government now.
The south person not have tried.
There's a regional government now. Would Okowa be part of the southeast region?
Come, this one, I want to tell you that at this stage, to viewers at home, I can no longer answer the questions thrown to me because this guy is trying to tie my hands and put me against the Igbos. I have nothing against the Igbos. If you are able to market your candidate very well, if you are able to transform and transmit your social media euphoria and support for him, and he has a large followership by the time of election, I might consider. But as regards Okowa, he is an Igbo from Delta. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. We have come to the end of the program this afternoon. We hope that on Monday we'll have a very, very wonderful edition of the program Pundits on Flip TV. Once again, thank you, Lillian. Thank you very much, Lillian Pascal. Thank you, World Views. Thank you for, and Jesse Capone. Thank you, Capone. Yes, thank you very much. We have more than 30 people watching. Please like the video. I just see 7 likes on the video. Once again, I'm Christian Chuku. Thanks for watching. I have with me comrade
Idowu Israel.
Bye for now.
See you tomorrow.